16 altcoins have been chosen at random to compete in a contest like no other. Create your bracket, place your votes, and win big. Only one will win, and you will decide. This is BattleBracketz!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of BattleBracketz. I'm your host TJ.
And I'm Gio. Last week, we showed you how to create your prediction bracket and start voting for your favorite cryptocurrencies in round 1.
If you haven't created a bracket, no big deal. You can still play along, and each week, just for voting, you'll be entered to win additional crypto cash and prizes thanks to our sponsor, Numi. Numi is a cryptocurrency wallet for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and ERC20 tokens built on top of a beautiful user experience and social features.
16 altcoins went head-to-head last week in our first round of voting.
And what a series of matchups we had. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Dash went up to bat against Basic Attention Token, taking 56% of the vote in a close round 1 matchup.
IOTA, the Internet of Things blockchain-focused solution, saying IOTA beat ARK to a pulp. And they did, with 79% of the vote.
Neo took home a well-deserved victory with 67% of the vote, leaving Oh My Go founders going from OMG to WTF.
Nano taking in 81% of the vote against underdog Crypto Elastos.
Doge barely sneaking by with the win versus Quotum, with 51% of the vote. A such win, wow.
Privacy token Monero, who crushed their opponent Vechain, taking in over 80% of the vote.
Talk about a Z-coin. Monero just put them to sleep.
Last week's featured matchup of the week ended up being a showdown of the ages. E-commerce-driven CyberMiles, on the brink of their mainnet launch, went toe-to-toe with real-world delivery blockchain-driven Walton Chain, with a slim victory of 51%.
Here's what CyberMiles co-founder Michael Yuan had to say about the victory.
Are you optimistic about the price of ZMT in the future? You know, it's tests this type of psychological factors. I think it's a very successful experiment. But I'd say this is all very experimental. This is all uncharted territory.
Will CyberMiles have what it takes to make it to the Final Four in their matchup against Vechain, who single-handedly moved past gambling-focused Funfair, winning 75% of the vote for an astonishing victory?
Here they are, folks, your Elite 8.
Dash, IOTA, Neo, Nano, Doge, Monero, CyberMiles, and Vechain. This week's featured matchup is no other than Dash versus IOTA, sponsored by ARK, who is giving away 1,000 ABT to the second and third place winners of BattleBracketz.
Global instant and privacy payment cryptocurrency Dash is a form of digital cash that works like real cash on a decentralized network supported by the users. Your information is private, payment is instantaneous and completely seamless.
But can Dash convince the BattleBracketz users to have their vote against IOTA? IOTA is the first open source distribution ledger that is being built to power the future of the Internet of Things with feeless microtransactions and data integrity for machines.
Tough call there, TJ. Looks like we need to bring in some expert advice for Pat's Pick of the Week.
I only get one pick each week, and you can't spell one without N-E-O. That's why my pick this week is Neo. Neo is building an entire decentralized network of decentralized applications that use up gas to power their network. But what do I know? I'm just a cat.
It's anyone's game to win, and you will decide.